the next question was dedicated to vinyl resurgence, but the main key point, I already said it in the prior answer. Yes, it is not anymore actually a resurgence. It is a stable, firm presence now. Thank goodness. And I'm very happy about this. And it's bringing along a lot of good aspects, like reissues. A lot of stuff is being remastered for vinyl, but also for digital, since they're doing them. New music. A lot of people are also having the capability of doing indie stuff with just a few dollars, like the stuff on cassette. That's part of it. That's all part of it. And it's very positive, because if you are free to make, obviously, but also distribute your music, thanks also to the web, this is much better and much easier today. So vinyl resurgence is bringing so much along with it. It's incredible. And this channel is dedicated, it comes from that. So thank you, Vinyl Resurgence. And again, thank you guys for showing your record collection on YouTube. Let's proceed. Okay, the next question is dedicated about reflections, we could say, on high resolution / normal quality streaming services. That is also exploding. That is also something connected, as I just said, to the vinyl resurgence. Yes, because we have Spotify, which is a decent quality, but it's still fixed on the harshly compressed region. But we have seen in the last years the birth of Kobus, the birth of, or at least the enhancement of Tidal and other fantastic services, all high quality. And that is very good, because that's already somehow educating, in the best way possible, I'm using this term, people, that quality does make a difference, does make sense. It's affordable in the end. If you think about it, it is. And it's something positive for all the industry, all the different mechanisms, all the different parts. Because if people spend on high quality, other people are going to invest in quality. And that's what we all want, at least high fidelity geeks like me and hopefully like you. Let's proceed. Okay, next question. How are people listening? Well, again, this is going to be a personal opinion. I mainly see a lot of phones. Yes, because phones are very high quality. They are the Walkmans of this period, of this epoch, of this era. So it's normal that they're widespread. It's also convenient. And as we know, convenience always, or in most cases, I like most cases, wins over high quality. High quality doesn't always win. And we know that. So, great phone. You probably have a pretty good converter inside. We're obviously talking about digital music. And what's interesting, and this is all already prehistory, we know this, but we have this incredible explosion of headphones in the last 15, 20 years. Oh my God, this is something amazing. I would also call it the headphone resurgence. I mean, there's so many types. And I must say, now with $200-300 euro, you can find amazing headphones. Amazing headphones. Absolutely. I also made a video on this. Take a look here. Here's another link. So these are the main tools for people to listen to music. Also because our lifestyle is on the go mainly. Not in these years with the COVID, okay? But usually it's on the go. Yeah, in fact, COVID is a nice detour, because if we think about it, a lot of people locked down at homes are getting closer, are watching these videos, are buying some equipment, are getting closer to what is high fidelity, which is all positive, absolutely. But phones or players, high quality players, headphones are all part of the same game, no problem, as long as we're aiming to high quality, high fidelity. Let's proceed. Okay, next question. I was trying to think, what is a high fidelity experience for a young person, and what is a high fidelity experience for an audiophile, a navigated audiophile? Well, I'm probably wrong answering all of these because these are my opinions. And again, please write your comments down below. Obviously, writing what you're referring to so I and other people can understand to what you are referring to, because we are interested. It's interesting to share this information, I think, at least. And an audiophile experience, a high fidelity experience for a young person is probably getting the best type of headphones out there. Possibly also a good phone. But the good phone is not going to be that with the best converter. It's going to be that possibly playing DSD, but we're already in the connoisseur environment. Instead, most probably, he's going to want the top of the line of the iPhones, of the Samsungs, of the Android types, etc. Things like that. And actually, they are going to have a high fidelity experience. Absolutely. Especially if they're going to purchase a subscription to a high fidelity streaming service. That is probably what a lot of people, young people, are aiming. Obviously, if we're going to navigate in audiophiles, old school audiophiles, or just simply huge enthusiasts, which aren't that old actually, but have experience, that's the key concept. They instead obviously are for the tweaking. They are for the gear. They are for the special type or of cartridge, of phono preamplifier, of cable, etc., etc. All these aspects, obviously, but it's good. And what I hope is that these two worlds start to create a dialogue, to tickle themselves, to get together. That is the most important fact. Young people have done this with the vinyl resurgence. They did it mainly. Yes, as I already said, the old school kept the format alive, okay? But then the young people brought it back in production, and even the most idiot of all musicians has his vinyl release now, which is great. Let's proceed. Okay, this is a very broad question. I'm just going to say a few things. What are the main differences between the recording and reproduction strategies, methodologies, equipment of the past compared to the present? Obviously, what makes more sense, what is more important in referment to the topic of this video, high fidelity? Well, I must say I'm really greatly fascinated by the quality of the microphones that they had in the past century. Actually, when you want to do a very high quality recording, you're going to go for the vintage microphones, preamplifiers, tape recorders. That's going to give you a special type of nuances, of detail, of warmth, of just a different kind of resolution that modern equipment, not because they're not capable of doing it, because simply there isn't, well, also, I mean, in terms of microphones also, because a lot of those high quality microphones are done by hand. They were made by hand. But today they have to do them cheap. They have to do them fast. So there's no time, for example, to do that. But for example, I'm just thinking about things. Cartridges, the top quality cartridges are handmade, and the ones made today are just as good, and in some cases even better, than the ones made in the past. So, and we're talking in this case, see, on the reproduction side. It depends. Every segment has its pros and cons in the different periods of time. Although I think it's rather objective. The recording techniques and gear, the recording gear of the past was amazing. Techniques, well, yeah, the foundation of these were in the past. Now we're still using those, actually. We do have to bear in mind that a lot of people are making music today, okay? Thousands of thousands, I mean millions, we could say, are making music today. In the past, only high professional people were singing and or making music. So we had almost always high quality productions. Now there's everything. I mean, it's like books if you think about it. Before they published 100 books, for example. Now they publish 1 million books a year. And obviously they're not all good at the same level. That didn't happen probably not even in the past, but it was much more possible, much more likely that they were very high quality. Now today you have really a lot of shitty stuff, sorry to say this, right at the base, and very few go up in quality. And this regards everything, also music. So there is this downside on this part. Other aspects, in contrast, well, surely the equipment is less popular in the most noble use of this word. Before hi-fi was more of a popular thing. People, normal people, everyone was a little bit hooked to hi-fi. Also because it was very difficult to listen to music in other ways. So that was the road to follow, mainly. You could buy something very simple or going really to the hi-fi. There was this distinction, obviously. But today it's much more wide, the distinction between what the people, normal people have and what audiophiles have. Very expensive, high-end stuff. And your phone. I mean, this broad distinction obviously brings, as we have seen now in this video, to a broad distinction, separation, not distinction, between listeners, between the users, the consumers, hence also the productions, the releases of music, of medium, of gear, unfortunately. So there are these huge differences which are not that good for the industry, for the people. Well, for the industry, probably yes. I don't know. I don't have any numbers with me. But I'm sure that most people who are making high-end equipment with high prices survives luxury. While instead, simple things don't. It's very difficult. You really have to make massive sales of something. Okay, we're almost at the end. What is the role of analog music today? Well, let's put aside, obviously, the vinyl resurgence, okay? Which we do have to bear in mind that the vinyl resurgence brought the production of all kinds of fantastic stuff. Preamplifiers, cartridges, tone arms, turntables, etc., etc., etc. And that is fantastic. See, only that little thing brought so much high fidelity, high quality fidelity. Amazing. So that's already something very important that the analog media is doing to the whole market, to the whole industry. I'm sorry, we have to thank the vinyl resurgence for so many things. Plus, coming more at the question itself, what is the role? What's happening? Well, as I said, we have the cassettes for the indie stuff, cassette culture, fantastic. A lot of people are doing quality recordings on analog stuff, analog tape, magnetic tape, so they need quality recorders to do that. There's also a market on that, which is fantastic, although the prices went sky high, obviously, because there's a high demand. That's the downside of it. So there is this analog foundation on which digital is building up. Like I said before, even the high quality, high resolution streaming services and digital files build up on this quality hunger, we could say, that comes directly from the vinyl resurgence and all that we've said before. So cool. And we're all waiting for this darn HD vinyl. Let's see what happens. Maybe that's a step further. Let's proceed. Okay, last question. What is the future of high fidelity? Obviously, I have no idea. We'll probably go up in sales in vinyl more and more and more. We're probably going to see at a certain point a lowering of the prices of the records, which is getting insane, and hopefully also a medium section of quality gear, which I think it's missing. There are a few, absolutely. but we're missing a huge portion that was present in the past, I think. Like, for example, quality speakers. You really have to take out some money to have a different kind of impression. Like, only when I passed to something like these, my Golden Ear Trident reference, I really had this perception of full faithfulness to the music. While with my ATC, which were great studio speakers, monitor speakers, it was excellent, but it didn't give me that special spark. And I don't think it's fair to spend so much money, again, because to purchase something that brings you close to the real sound, to the freshness of that recording, of that music. And that is instead what's taking place today, unfortunately. So I hope things are going to go a little more down, squished like in the past, in terms of prices, in terms of accessibility. And hopefully, as I did a video also on, I made almost a game in that video, trying to imagine in distant future, actually, sci-fi stuff on how we're going to record and reproduce music. Here's a link to that video. I think it was rather interesting. We're probably going to go to new things, for maybe perhaps biological types of gear. Who knows? In any case, things are going well. And as I said in a recent video, we are living in the golden age of analog media, analog music, but not only. I would say of high fidelity, because we have different types of media, different types of services, and the interest is growing more and more. That it brings us so many fantastic products. And hopefully great channels. And I hope I'm part of that. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please really pick 1, 2, how many you want, questions, things I've discussed, and comment here below, okay? Thank you again for watching, and remember, music is born analog. Well guys, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my channel, please consider to subscribe by clicking the black and white logo here below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode and you will become a true member of the analog community.